welcome to my channel. My name is Eritic, and I'm so glad that you guys could join me today. Over here at this channel, we talk about spirituality, we heal together, and sometimes we do crafts because, you know, all that healing and stuff, it'd be a lot, okay? And sometimes we just need a break. I'm gonna be your girl for all things spirituality, so if you're interested, stay tuned and follow my journey through my spiritual life, because I mean, we all got a journey, and I just want to share mine with you guys, and hopefully I can help someone out there. As you guys can see by the title, today we're talking about spirituality, just the basics of spirituality. What is spirituality? How do I start my spiritual journey? Like, so many questions, right? And as we can see in the media, spirituality has just kind of taken off. Everybody's talking about spirituality. Everyone's trying to go within. Everyone's trying to check their parents. Well, let's just say millennials is trying to check their parents because we all like, you heard us as a child, you know. But no, it's real. It's real. And so I just want to help out the people who are curious and who their spirit has been piqued and they're just like, oh my God, I think I need to do more within and I really want to connect to my highest self, but how can I do that? What can I do, right? And so I'm here to tell you, no fear. Like, I've been on my spiritual journey for a while now, and I feel like I'm in a space where I really want to, you know, show you guys and share my experience with you guys. So yeah, if you guys see me looking down, just know that I have my handy dandy notebook, okay? And if you're serious about your spiritual journey, you better have a notebook and a pen near at all times when you're thinking about anything spirituality, because if not, it's just gonna go in one ear and out the other. I mean, sometimes you can catch some things and it'll stick with you, but if you're really trying to learn something, you know, take a hint, take a tip from school. You know what I'm saying? We need to write things down. That hand-eye coordination is gonna save your life. Let's get into some perspectives and some stereotypes and some connotations about spirituality, right? So, you know, for the longest, everyone's just like, oh, spirituality is the devil's work, and you guys are worshiping the devil, and all the things that we practice and we do in spirituality has been transformed into religion in a different way, and it's become more conforming, more constraints on what you can do, how you can be. You know, you don't have freedom in religion, but you have freedom in spirituality to find yourself and to really align with your mind, body, and spirit. Spirituality is all about going within and finding out what your passions are, what you love to do, what makes you sleep at night, what makes you happy, what makes you feel free, what is going to bring greater good to yourself and those around you. Like, how can you make an impact by impacting yourself and others around you, right? It's so much larger, so grand on the scheme of things. But spirituality is the core of it all. We are all spirits and souls living a human experience, okay? Our body is literally just a vessel. It's just a vessel for us to live this experience, for us to gain more wisdom, gain more life experience here on earth. Not everybody is going to take heed to this message, and not everybody is going to resonate with this message, and that's okay. But the ones that really feel this message and really feel like, you know, I do feel like there's more to life, I do feel like I'm here for something more, I feel like my journey here on earth is to do something more spiritual, or that while I'm doing my regular life things, I'm supposed to incorporate spirituality just for my own sanity and just for me to connect to my own self and live a more fulfilling life here on earth. We have to really take into account our mind, body, and spirit and spirituality. We cannot just do one. We can't just work on our spirit and then forget about our mental health and forget about our body, physical health, you know? And we can't just worry about our mental health and then not worry about our spiritual hygiene. If one's out of whack, the other one's going to be a little bit out of whack, you know, or all the way out of whack. It really just depends on how out of whack you might be, okay? Because, you know, everybody has their own level, their own journey, and anyone can step into spirituality whenever they see fit in their life. You know, there's a lot of people who start when they're like in middle school, you know, they start doing tarot cards and astrology and like, you know, spells and stuff like that. But then you have people who are like 40, 50 who are just like, oh my God, like it finally has clicked for me. I feel like I know, you know, I feel like I I want to tap into my spirituality more. There's no age, there's no time. Time is infinite. Okay, there ain't no constraints over here. Okay, that's one thing you're gonna learn about this channel and about spirituality. There are no constraints. This is a full safe space to do and feel however you want, come as you are, and we're not changing you changing you. Number one, you are the one responsible for changing you, and you make those decisions point blank. Let's go into my experience about spirituality. So this is really going to help you guys understand how I got into it, why I'm so passionate about it. And I'm pretty sure if any of my friends are watching, they're just like, either they're surprised because I don't really share this much of my life like that, or they're like, here she go, she on a tangent, honey, because she always talking about spirituality, and I'm always in it. I'm just like, you got to be a better you than you were yesterday, point blank. I don't care if it's spiritual, mental, physical, you just got to be better, especially if you're around me. Okay, you gotta elevate. Let's get started with how I got into spirituality, right? So it started off with astrology. A lot of people start off with astrology. So I started learning about the different signs and sun signs and the stars and the moon and all that kind of stuff, right? And that was all. That was really it. I kind of just stopped there. I would look at my horoscope every day, and I would just, that was the end of my spirituality. That was like from astrology, and that's it. And what really started to elevate me a little bit was when I decided to get into meditation. So I got into meditation because I was living with someone, and it was like one of my first times living with somebody. And I grew up like alone, so I didn't have any siblings around, and my mom was in the military. So I was just like, I was just always on myself. And so I was very used to connecting with myself spiritually and just connecting to just my higher self and just doing what I wanted to do. If I was that person who's just done what I wanted to do, and I apologize later because this is what I'm doing, and I didn't really know that was like a part of spirituality and connecting to my higher self until I got older. But to backtrack, when I was living with this person, I found myself, not being able to be me not because of this person. It's mainly because I lost myself in a person. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't used to being around a person. So once I got to someone, it was like I had attachment issues because I grew up alone, and so having attachment issues really removed myself from me, and I didn't really know myself no more. And so at that moment, I was just like, man, I really want to connect with myself. I don't feel like I'm peaceful anymore. I don't feel like I know myself anymore. And I just feel like, I want peace in my life, and I want to find me again. And so I was like, what do people do to be peaceful? I don't know what they do. And so I looked up, meditation. I was like, oh, well, people who meditate do seem like they got it a little bit together. They seem like they don't let things faze them. And that's how I want to be, right? So I just went and got a book, and I would take a little time out of my day and just go into a separate room and just read the book, and follow the directions. So I would just, take it with baby steps, do a little bit here, a little bit there, and just read more about things. And I would find myself becoming way more calm, and I'm really like meditating on situations before I just completely lost it because I definitely had a temper back then. I had a bad temper, and it definitely just helped me calm down, And so once I found myself in meditation, I actually started working out, and working out is a form of meditation. Little do you know, it really helped me to connect my mind and my body, right? So meditation really helped my spirit become one with my mind, but working out really helped my body become one with my mind. After that, I had a breakup, right? I moved out with that person, and I found myself so lonely. I was just so lonely. You can't let it take you down, you have to feel it, you have to release it, and you have to, do something different. If you soak in that too much, that's how you really get down, and you lose yourself even more. And that wasn't the goal. That was not the goal, to continue to lose myself. The goal was to find myself. And so I finally got to a place where I could find myself, but it took it took a lot. I fell off of meditation and everything, but I found something else to replace that, which was kind of like my own meditative thing, and that was my creativity, okay? So as you can see, all of this stuff here, all of it, whatever you guys can see, that was a result of my breakup, okay? And I just had to put that energy into my creativity. I've always been a crafter, DIY person, so I just made a whole bunch of wall art. I really just had to pour my energy into something, or else I was gonna be down in the dumps and down the drain, okay? Not living my life like I should. I was just by myself, you know, and I was just like, man, like, I think I'm trying to find love in everyone else but myself. And so I really had to sit with that. And I was really like, well, girl, what we gonna do? Because we can't just be worrying about everybody else. We cannot expect everybody else to get me where I want to be, you know? To be honest, like, I mean, I've been on a spiritual journey for a while, but a consistent spiritual journey, 2020, okay? 2020, it forced me to get into the spiritual bag. And I feel like it's forced a lot of people to get into their spiritual bag. I told myself that once I graduated, that I was going to get all up in my spirituality. I didn't even care if I used my degree. I was going to be all about my spirituality. And that's exactly what I did. I started following the hashtags that I'm really interested in. So that was herbalism, spirituality, hoodoo, witches, astrology, shamanism, energy work, light workers, all that type of stuff. I started following all of that, and I set up my ancestor altar. Like, I really got into my spiritual bag, and now I'm here, okay? You know, you just continue to level up, you know? You're never going to stop healing. You're never going to stop awakening. There's always something new to discover with yourself. There's always new levels, new heights to hit while you're still living, right? Since there's just so much info out there on how you can be more spiritual, what to do to start your spiritual journey, I'm just going to give you guys some ways that you can start your spiritual journey, or just, you know, different ways that you can introduce spirituality into your life, right? The journey begins when you decide to open your spirit and connect it with your mind and body, right? So let's get into the different ways that you can introduce spirituality into your life day by day, just doing the basics, doing what you got to do. You can do things such as yoga. Yoga deals with your body and your mind, and really anything that deals with your body most likely is going to coincide with your mind. Like, let's just be honest. You can do Reiki. Reiki is more so about aligning your chakras, using crystals, or just using energies. Whoever the Reiki practitioner is, they might just use their hands to really balance your energy, different vibrations. And working out. So working out, hands down. I mean, this is right along with yoga, you know, but like just doing whatever you like to do working out. So that can be any type of physical activity, like swimming, running, basketball, walking. Meditation is definitely number one. Sitting with yourself, allowing those thoughts to come in, releasing those thoughts, and reflecting on things that might bug you, might trigger you, might cause you trauma, or just learning how to be present and in the right now is definitely a great way to connect with your mind, body, and spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's just number one for me in my book, and I don't know what I would do without meditation. Another one is journaling. So journaling is A1, okay? So a lot of us journaled from middle school up, because middle school was rough. Journaling really helped a lot of people from middle school through high school, through college, and into now, like really like see themselves fully and really get their thoughts out when they didn't have anyone to talk to. Another one that I personally love, but a lot of people don't do this, and they need to do it, and it could change the world if more people did this, is shadow work. Okay? Shadow work. Shadow work it's the only way for you to be love and light in this world, okay? Because remember, light does not exist without dark, and dark does not exist without light, okay? If there was no such thing as dark, we wouldn't even know what light is, you know what I'm saying? So let's just be real about it. In order for you to connect to your higher self and to be better and to exude love and light to people, if that's what your passion and your purpose is here on earth, you have to address those shadows in the back. You have to address those triggers and that trauma, and all the healing that you need to go through before you can even show other people love and light. Another thing to help your mind in spirituality is owning and acknowledging your emotions. A lot of us know how to shut them bad boys off, okay? And just be like, I ain't phased. Ain't nobody... Girl, you can't hurt me. You cannot hurt me. You cannot hurt me more than I already been hurt. And that's dangerous. It's dangerous to be numb out here. It's dangerous to just not own how you feel, you know? And a lot of us did grow up where we were told that we are to be seen and not heard, you know? So we're not able, we shouldn't be out here expressing how we feel, you know? We shouldn't be expressing that, you know, you hurt my feelings, you know? And not expect a backlash, not expect someone to be like, why are you being so sensitive? Or, you know, you always got something to say, or you always People who have something to say to your emotions are triggered and they're not ready to grow and heal. Remember that. Remember that has nothing to do with you. You're not too sensitive. You're not all those things that everybody has labeled you because you show your raw emotions. You know what I'm saying? Just because you feel how other people feel and just because you feel how you feel does not make you the bad person, does not make you weak, does not make you less than, none of that. You know, it makes you who you are. And if people can't respect that, they don't deserve you, they don't deserve your time, and you need to put up a boundary with them until they're able to bring themselves to the table as to why they're so shied away from their emotions. Because if you're an emotional person, own that, because that's all that you are. So why would you devalue yourself, decrease your value, do whatever to not honor yourself and how you feel because of how other people feel about how you feel? Okay? Like, it just don't even make no sense, do it? It don't make no sense. So forget how everybody else is feeling about how you feel and feel those emotions, acknowledge them. So the biggest part of the spirit that is just strictly dealing with spirit has to deal with divination, right? So divination just is a way to contact and communicate with the spiritual realm. Different forms of divination will have to be fortune telling, such as tarot cards, crystal ball readings, mediumship, stuff like that, different fortune tellings, connecting with your ancestors, okay, like having an ancestor altar, praying to your ancestors, doing different rituals with your ancestors. So we also have different types of magic. So we have voodoo, we have hoodoo, we have Wicca, we have, there's so many. Really, all of this kind of falls into esotericism. So look that word up. It's not to be looked at as negative, right? There are people out there that use magic and witchcraft for bad things, okay? They be out here, putting hexes on people and stuff like that. I'm not that one. I'm not that one. And, it pains me to know that people do that. And so on the brighter side, the love and light side of that, there are people here that do it for the good of people. They heal people through magic. They enhance their own life, all this stuff through magic, and it's all because they're able to bring themselves to the table, do that shadow work on their emotions, and then go into a higher level of divination and actually connect to spirits because they connected to their higher self first. Okay, so once you start to get really into like your spiritual journey, you start to like receive messages and stuff from your spirit team. Okay, so you can get messages through your dreams, you can see signs and synchronicities out in the world through numbers, through people, through words, through animals. Like, there's so many different ways for you to see these signs and symbols for you to know that you're connecting and in alignment with spirit, right? It's like, so if I see these numbers in different arrangements, I know, like, okay, that's me, that's all me, that's me, there's different ways for you to connect with spirit, different ways for you to know that you're on the right path. And trust me, like, you'll know. Like, it's not nothing you have to be like, so is this it? Like, you go ask someone, like, is this what she was talking about? Is this what they mean? No, like, you will know. Like, once you see shit, you're gonna be like, oh, okay. I see you, spirit. I see you talking to me. I see you. Those are just different things to look forward to, different ways to start your spiritual journey. And I hope those things really helped you. last things, different things that really help you in your spiritual journey and are really going to help elevate you are things such as therapy. Going to talk to somebody is definitely going to be number one. Okay, you want to, if you have a close friend where you can talk to, which I definitely had someone, because I didn't have the money, I was in school. I definitely had someone where I could, in a way, dump, because we would dump on each other, and we created that safe space for each other because we know we didn't have the funds for therapy. If you don't have that person and you do have the funds, which I know there are things out there where you can do financial aid and stuff like that, definitely go to therapy so that you can see yourself in another light, okay? Because you might either be hiding a lot of things, or you might be too hard on yourself, and you just kind of need someone to give you a voice of reason that doesn't know you, that's unbiased, and that's able to really, give you sane advice and good advice that's really going to help you grow. Start with meditation. If you can't get to therapy, start with meditation. Even if you can, start with meditation, because connecting with yourself, no one's going to give you the answers that your highest self is going to give you. So make sure you are connecting with yourself and meditate. Crystals are they're in my whole life. Like, I am more into crystals than anything. Crystals are very healing for me. Meditating with crystals really helps me, and just everyday life, having crystals around me really help to get my energy in check and to absorb different energies and give me the energies that I need. Astrology is all up in spirituality, and we talk about astrology a lot, okay? And of course, there are some forms of astrology, or some forms of spirituality that don't have anything to do with astrology. So there's ways where you can get out of it. But if you're wholeheartedly into the universe and stuff, you're definitely going to want to get into the moon, the stars, the sun, and things that represent that. Sound therapy is huge. Singing bowls, wind chimes, frequencies, all those type of things are huge to your spiritual growth, and something that you can really get into. Get a reading. Go to an astrologer, go to a tarot reader, go to a fortune teller, get a reading and see what they see for you, and see if you connect with that person, if they can help you through readings grow and really kick off your spiritual journey. That's really going to help you out by getting messages from spirit, by going to someone who has trained with this and is ready to give all of their energy towards helping you solve your issues, or just giving you advice. And last but not least, listening to your intuition. That's just bottom line. Like, you don't even need any of this other stuff in order to listen to your intuition. If you're confused between your intuition and your ego, your intuition is quiet and your ego is loud. If there's something that's just harping and it's not resonating with you for real, and you're kind of still on the fence about it, go into a quiet place, go meditate, and then you will get the answer that you really need if you are, confused between your intuition and your ego. But your intuition is normally your gut feeling. It's that first initial thought. So always go with that. So that's basically the gist of what is spirituality for beginners, how to start your spiritual journey. I hope that this message really helped you guys, and I really hope that you can take these things and start introducing them one by one, baby steps. You don't want to do nothing too fast. This is a journey. This is not a race. So with that being said, I have one last thing I want to do with you guys, and if you made it this far, thank y'all, okay? Thank you. I'm so happy that you made it this far, and I'm so happy that you found what I had to offer, what I wanted to share today, intriguing and something that can help you in your everyday life. So what I want to do is start a conversation in the comments for the people who made it this far, and I'm gonna do this at the end of all of my videos. So I'm gonna always have a conversation starter, and I want you guys to answer them and let me know what you think. The conversation starter today is: what about spirituality intrigues you the most? And which modalities have gravitated towards you the most? Which ones really stick out to you the most? Whether that be working out, shadow work, I don't know, divination, different types of divination, tarot readings, whatever. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Before I let you go, remember, I love you. And when you love yourself first, you have so much more love to give everyone else. Bye, y'all.